The next step after adding an integration is going to be to complete the steps in the Pending Integrations tab for that particular integration so that you're ready to go live. To access that, go to the Pending Integrations tab here on the left-hand side in the Inventory Source dashboard, and then select the integration that you want to continue getting set up. You can see that step 1's already been completed for you, which is really just completing the order. Now we're moving on to step 2, which is going to be confirming the reseller account with your supplier. We just ask for this information up front so that we can quickly and easily get you set up without much downtime on our end. And you'll notice that every supplier has a little bit different information that we require of you to plug in here. Some suppliers will ask for FTP credentials if needed, others an API key, some just something as simple as an account number is all that's required. Really, it just depends on the type of supplier that you're going with, essentially. So I filled out this information here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Next. It's going to take us down to step 3, which is now connecting the sales channel. You can see that we already have a few existing stores set up here in this demo account. So I can either select one of those or I can create a new connection. I'm going to go ahead though and just select one that we've already got. It then gives me the option to review and modify the connection details if I need to. I'm going to go ahead and just move forward with that. The next step here is confirming the integration type. So we ask that you let us know whether or not you already have these supplier products on your site already. I'm going to go ahead and say no, I do not have any existing products from the supplier on my store. Or if you do have existing products on your store, go ahead and let us know that there. It's important that you let us know whether or not you've got products on your store, because the type of update that we schedule will determine whether or not we overwrite any existing data that you've already got on there. So if you want to do a full clear and reload, if you want us to totally, replace your existing products with our product data that we have, then let us know that and we can still schedule that full update to run. But if you want to preserve the data for those existing products that you already have on your store, it's important that we go ahead and indicate that here. The next question kind of goes in hand with this. It's asking if you want to add a SKU prefix. By default, each of our suppliers in our database has an assigned SKU prefix. So for instance, US Direct, their SKU prefix is IDX. So you can select to either use the default SKU prefix for the supplier. Again, US Direct is IDX. No, don't include a SKU prefix at all. What this is going to do is it's just going to take the supplier SKU that they provide to us in the feed and use that as your SKU without any identifying prefix attached to it. And then the third option here is to add a custom SKU prefix. So if you want to come in and you have your own prefix that you want to use that allows you to kind of stay a little bit better organized, you can come in and plug that in here. It can be letters, it can be numbers. But again, for the sake of the demo, I'm going to go ahead and just say that I want to use the default SKU prefix. The next step is to configure the tools in the catalog manager. You can see under this step that there are 4 sub-steps underneath. Step 1 is to determine how you want to set your catalog, whether you want to be set up on builder mode or filter mode. Step 2 is configuring your catalog pricing under catalog rules. Step 3 is to configure your store's categories using the category mapping tool in the catalog rules. And then step 4 is just verifying that the products in your catalog all look good. Really, it's important to understand the products that you've got in there, understand exactly what you're selling before you activate the feed. And you can see next to each of these steps that we do have some help guides and videos. If you want to check those out before you configure those tools, that'll probably help you answer probably a little bit more of your questions that you've got there. To actually access the catalog manager though, you're going to click Configure Tools, and this will take you directly to the catalog manager where you can access all of those tools that are going to allow you to set your pricing, select your mode, all of that. I'm not going to get too deep into this only because we do have separate videos and help guides for that, so I definitely recommend you checking those out if you get stuck or have questions. But just so that you know, clicking that Configure Tools button is going to just take you directly to this catalog manager here for you. So to get back to where we were, you can go back and click Setup Integration, and it'll take you right back to step 4. Go ahead then and check this box that says I've completed steps 1 through 4, then click Next. This is then going to take you to the last and final step, which is activating the feed. So if you're happy with the way that everything's been configured, you've connected the correct sales channel, you've given us all of the proper supplier information, let's go ahead then and activate the feed. Once you click that, it's going to just pop up a quick reminder, and it'll allow you to set your preferences, whether you want to run what we call a PQS update for just price, quantity, and status, or a full update. The PQS update, again, it's only sending those 3 data points. This is particularly important if you do already have existing products in your store. Running with just a PQS update is just going to sync to those existing listings to update price, quantity, and status of those products, but it's not actually going to import any product data. Continuing with a full update, it will push over all new product data to your store. So if you do have existing product data, maybe you want to just completely start from scratch, overwrite everything that you have with maybe the better data that we're able to provide. Or if you have a brand new store that's totally empty, if you don't already have this particular supplier's products, then you can click continue with a full update. Click then go ahead and activate feed. Activating the feed is going to schedule the first initial update. If you are running a full update, keep in mind that it does take a little bit longer. That's a lot of product data that we're pushing to your store. But typically after any update, you should just receive a quick email letting you know that the update was successful. So just be on the lookout for that. Once you get that email, go ahead and log into your store, check out the products there, make sure that they look good and that you're happy with those. But then other than that, you should be all set and ready to start selling. If you do have any additional questions about anything, you can always email our onboarding team or schedule an onboarding Quickstart call where we can actually have a screen share and walk through these steps if you're stuck on any one of those steps at all. So again, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you.